Hello, everybody. So, from yesterday's live stream, I mentioned about Mahyar Tousi addressing all the questions that were asked of him by his detractors. A few people have been making videos about Mahyar Tousi and questioning his alleged threat of arrest by the Metropolitan Police. There's a few people come out the woodwork, PAZ-49, Andy, Gabby, Cabby, Clown World TV, and another guy. I'm just looking for the guy now, actually, that have made videos about Mahyar Tousi. Can't remember his name. I think it's if I think about, it, I'll stick it in the comments. But yeah, turn that off. We don't want that on. Turn that off now. I'm actually going to play Paz's video because Paz has made a video because apparently Mahyar Tousi's close protection bodyguard allegedly made a threat to PAZ-49. Now I've seen the threat; it's nothing of the sort. But we'll look at his video. We'll check his video out, and I don't know how this is going to play, but we'll go through it and we'll have a look.
Channel, evidently. I never meant it to escalate. I don't mean it to be a YouTube feud or a war. I've never told people to unsubscribe from him. And I don't mean to weaponize my subscribers against him. All right, that's not my intention. I just ask questions. And there are many valid questions regarding his, or what he says is...
The thing is, though, he's answered all your questions in his live stream yesterday. All your questions. He even gave you information where you could contact the investigating police officer to verify everything that he said. So why haven't you done that? You've just made another video doubling down on everything that you've already said, like he's not addressed anything that you've asked of him. He has.
Alleged plot to take his life by the Met Police. Don't you agree? I've never said anything personal about the fella, delve into his personal life or anything like that. This is just...
No, but you have spent the last 4 videos that you've made about him passively aggressively accusing him of being a grifter and basically being a liar. So some people might take that personally.
Questions about what he's produced. That's all it is. And I think I'm right to do so. Now, I've had many people email me, DM me on X, YouTubers even, who are now inclined to agree with me that there are questions he needs to answer.
He doesn't owe you anything. He's already answered your questions. And like I said before in previous live streams, if he intends to bring any sort of court case or legal action against the Metropolitan Police, then he can't reveal any information. And why should he reveal information to YouTubers when it's an ongoing investigation? The police haven't even done an investigation yet. And he said in his live stream yesterday that he will update everybody once he's heard back from the police. He's as in the dark as everybody else at the minute. And if you want to be an investigative journalist, then be one. He's given you the information to go and check out his story. He's given you the name of the investigating police officer that's dealing with the case. Why haven't you gone to this police officer and tried to verify all this information? More importantly, why didn't you just ask Mahyar Tousi at the farmers' protest where you were all together, you and Andy, Gabby, Cabby? Why didn't you all ask him there and then about this situation instead of making video after video after video to the guy demanding that he answers your questions? Why didn't you do that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it's not profitable to do that, is it? You can't make YouTube content out of that. Why don't you reach out to the guy in private and ask him these questions? You've got a big enough platform. I'm sure he would have answered you. I've noticed that everybody involved in the situation, all the videos you're making, all your videos have adverts on them. So you're accusing him of grifting, but you're kind of proving him right when he said that you're trying to ride his coattails because you're monetizing your videos. If you really cared about the truth, you wouldn't monetize your videos because you want to get to the truth, don't you? You just want to make money out of the situation, which is your right to do, but just don't pretend that you're this great truth seeker going after the truth, when in reality, all you're doing is doing the exact same thing that you're accusing Mahyar Tousi of doing. You're grifting.
And he made a video addressing this where he never really addressed anything. And
That's an outright lie. He made a video yesterday giving you the information where you could contact the police officer dealing with this case, and you haven't done it. Instead, you've just doubled down, and now you're playing the victim. And I'm afraid that if you think that's a threat, where it says on screen now, wait until I see him again, if that's all it takes to upset you, to get you riled up and feel threatened, you shouldn't be on the internet. You really shouldn't, because you're too fragile to be on here.
quite disgusted, really, that he accused his trolls of being people on benefits, where
You're disgusted that he accused the left-wing trolls that are constantly trolling him, that are like giving him death threats in his chat. You're sticking up for those people, really? Wow.
I can imagine a good chunk of people who give him money are people on benefits and people who had nothing. So,
but he's not talking about those people, is he? He's not talking about the people that give him super chats and stuff like that. He's talking about the trolls that are in the chat, isn't he? The left-wing trolls that are accusing him of the same thing you're accusing him of, and are doing the same thing. They're not investigating anything. They're just making videos and just saying, yeah, Mahyar Tousi's a grifter, he's lying, without doing any research whatsoever. Now, I could understand your position if Mahyar Tousi had offered up no information whatsoever, not addressed any of this. But he has. He has addressed this in a live stream yesterday and in other times as well. He more or less just said, look, I don't know any information. The police haven't got back to me yet. So I don't understand why you're making these videos.
you know, to say stuff like that about his own subscribers, I think was out of order. Your subs make you who you are at the end of the day.
But he wasn't attacking his subs. He was attacking the trolls that come to his channel, and, you know, he gives them some banter back. You know, he's not attacking his subs. You're just making stuff up as you go along.
He accused channels posed these questions to him, such as Clown World, myself, and others, as small channels with big egos. Well,
He mentioned nobody's name in that live stream. He didn't mention any of your names. He mentioned Clown World TV in his first stream that he did about this, because Clown World TV more or less came straight out and called him a grifter, and so he addressed it.
what an egotistical thing to say. And yeah, I'll admit it, my estimation of the guy has gone down. People on his Discord reckon I've made these videos to help elevate my profile. I don't need to. I couldn't even dream of matching his success as a YouTuber, getting his subs. Was it 700 or 1,000 subs now he has, and fame, and you know, he's using people like Tommy Robinson, MPs, celebrities, etc., to help his channel move forward. I couldn't even dream of that. I am happy where I am. Lucky to be where I am. I've got 100,000 subscribers. I'm nearly...
See, right, if you want to be a person on the internet that goes around kicking over all the anthills, and then eventually you get stung, you get proven wrong, and then you either own it and you own up and you man up and you say, right, I made a mistake, and you've proven, you've answered my questions, I was wrong, and apologize. Or you just make videos like this where you come across as a whiny little bitch and, play yourself to be a victim when you're anything but, because you instigated this. Mahyar Tousi didn't ask for any of this. You did it. You just accused him for no reason. And then when he offers you up evidence to prove what he's saying is true, you just completely ignore that and you just focus on negative parts of his video as some kind of personal attack on yourself. Some might say that's a bit narcissistic.
At 140, I've got my silver plaque, which I do have. So, yeah, where am I going to go? Absolutely nowhere. I'm nowhere. I'm going nowhere. I'm no one. So this is. I'm at my peak now. I reckon I don't need to make videos about Mahyar Tousi or anyone else.
So why are you doing it then? You know as well as I do, you're doing it because you want to make content, because you know this will bring the views in. That's why you're doing it for. And just be honest about it. I think everybody knows why you're doing it. Just be honest about it.
And why would I use Mahyar Tousi? There are far more successful YouTubers I could attack to elevate my own profile. Carl Benjamin, for example, he's nearing 1 million, but I don't see him as clickbaiting his audience. So,
Mahyar Tousi doesn't clickbait his audience. He admits that he exaggerates the title a little bit, but most YouTubers do that. And the content that he produces is exactly what his titles say. He does cover the subjects that his titles are talking about. If he didn't, then YouTube would take them down.
I don't think he has questions to answer. And so we come back to Mahyar Tousi's Discord, and people have been sending me screenshots. I never asked for them. I've never told people to spy on Tousi or his Discord or his social media.
Yeah, you never asked, but you knew it would happen.
Yeah, it's not what I do. But people, like I say, are loyal YouTubers, and some nasty stuff has been said about me on Tousi.
You just spent like the best part of a week making videos about Mahyar Tousi, basically calling him a liar, passively aggressively calling him a liar, and calling his reputation into account. So yeah, I think people would take that personally because people can see what you're doing. You think you're perfectly justified and you're demanding these answers of him. He's not going to give you the answers that you want, even though he's giving you ways to verify what he's saying. He's not going to give you concrete evidence yet, because why would he post the evidence that he's probably going to use in a court case against the Metropolitan Police, plaster it all over YouTube just to satisfy people like you and others that are saying stuff against him? He's not, is he? He's not going to jeopardize his case. He could like really give the Metropolitan Police a good blow. Set case precedent to help other people out in future that face this. And you keep bringing up in your videos, you don't understand how the Metropolitan Police are conspiring to risk Mahyar Tousi's life. Well, they leaked information. Mahyar Tousi's got a fatwa against him. If you don't know what a fatwa is, go and have a look on the internet. Go and look that up. He's highly critical of the Iranian regime. They've already made attempts against his life already. So if the Metropolitan Police leaked his personal information onto the internet, that is putting his life at risk. That's why he's got private security. That's why he's got the guy called the Viking by his side. He needs personal security because he's had attempts against his life. People have tried to kidnap him in the street. And you don't understand why the Metropolitan Police leaking his personal information would be a direct threat to his life. Then I'm afraid you're fucking dumb.
Which I can accept. Water off a duck's back. People are saying
it's not though, is it? Because you can tell that you're highly triggered by this. This is why you've got it on screen, playing the victim, getting your little handbag up. Oh no, somebody said something about me on the internet. Fuck's sake, grow up and grow a sack. Grow a sack, you know. You know, if you think that that is a threat, then that I don't know. I don't know anymore. Everybody on the internet at one point or another has had death threats. They've had people saying things about them, and you just have to grow a thicker skin. You're saying it's water off a duck's back, but clearly it's not, because you're making a video about it, making yourself the victim because you want sympathy for yourself, don't you?
I've done the videos to make myself famous off his coattails, like he.
That's exactly why you're all doing it. That's why Andy the Gabby Cab is doing it. That's why the other freak Mong is doing it. That's why you're doing it. It's obvious.
He's done to get his channel.
Why else would you keep going on about it when he's answered all your questions? He's given you evidence. He's given you the ability to check out his story. Another person's already done it. There's a comment on your video telling you that somebody else has already done it. They've rung up the Metropolitan Police. They've contacted this person and they've verified the story. They said they were a journalist and they said, did this situation happen? They don't have to go into details. They can just say yes or no. And that confirms everything, doesn't it? So why haven't you taken the information that Mahyar Tousi has given you and verified his story? Why haven't you done that? Hey, Kopmeister. How are you doing? Yeah, he's still going on about it, Kopmeister. He's doubled down now, though. I mean, we saw a live stream yesterday where he addressed the situation. He gave these people information where they could go themselves and verify what he's saying is true. But now they're just carrying on as if he's not addressed any of their questions at all when he actually has. But we'll carry on. We'll keep watching his video.
What else? They want to get me done for racism. Go figure. Yeah, they just be nasty, and it's quite funny. But you know, when I saw this, I thought, why? What the hell? Do I deserve to be confronted by his bodyguard? What's he going to do to me?
Well, all it says is wait until I see you again. That could mean anything. That could mean that he's going to have a chat to you, couldn't it? Call you out in public, say, why are you saying all this shit? Basically, why didn't you ask Mahyar Tousi when you had the opportunity, when you and Gabby Cabby were with him at the farmers' protest? You could have took him to one side and said, what's going on with this police incident thing? Quite easily have done that. Didn't do it. So there's questions to be asked of you as well, isn't there, really? Why didn't you do that? Why haven't you followed up on the information that Mahyar Tousi has given you in his live stream yesterday? Why haven't you done that?
Guy's security. I've seen him.
Yeah, thanks, Kopmeister. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just a really shocking connection. I'm trying to like stop it every now and again so it buffers and I can play it a bit more.
Around. They call him the Viking. He's got his hair in a like not Rostock on Vikings. You've seen that? Good TV series. And he's got a stab vest and he follows Tousi everywhere. What's the point of posts like this? Now, yes, I know I put clickbait in my title, but that's irony. But what's this guy going to do to me when he sees me? Is he going to confront me? Is he going to hit me? What's he going to do? Give me flowers? Give me a hug? Tell me a joke? tell me I look lovely. I don't know. What would you make of it? I know what Mahyar Tousi would make of it. If I had close protection or someone else and they posted something like this about Mahyar Tousi, wait till I see him. It'll be PAZ-14.
It's not a direct threat to you. He's not threatening to hit you or anything. All he's saying in the actual post is, wait till I see you again. That could mean anything. I've had that said to me from friends, wait till I see you again. And it's like they want to have a chat. They want to have a talk to me about something. Could mean anything. It's not a direct threat. It's not a physical threat or anything like that. He's not threatening to punch you in the mouth or anything, is he? He's just saying, wait till I see you again. He's probably going to pull you to one side and ask you, why the hell are you making these videos against him when he's addressed your questions?
Close protection threatens Mahyar Tousi. That is a threat, isn't it? No, I don't think it's a threat at all. But, you know, you've got to be careful what you write on social
Once I've addressed the video, I'll go back and I'll look through the comments and I'll start addressing people's comments as well.
media. Now, you don't threaten people you don't know. When you don't know where they've come from, you don't know what they've overcome in life. I'm ex-army. I worked with violent prisoners for 11 years, and I'm 47 years old. And as I found out recently, I can still dance. But like I said, you know, you're going to put stuff like this on social media.
You see, you're macho posturing now, you know, making yourself out to be the big man. Yet, when you had the opportunity to face Mahyar Tousi in person, you didn't do it. And I have to say this, a lion doesn't have to tell you it's a lion.
Then you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is. That's where I come from. And all this over valid concerns and questions thrown at Mahyar Tousi. Are we not allowed to question people like him now?
The thing is, though, Paz, he's answered your questions. He's given you the ability to go and verify his story. He gave you the name of the detective that's dealing with the investigation. He answered all your questions in his live stream. But you and the others are carrying on like he's not addressed anything. You're just angry that he called you grifters, like you called him grifters. You're basically angry at the fact that he's called you the very thing that you're calling him.
Why not? Why are you allowed to question the establishment, the authorities, making videos questioning politicians, celebrities, but we can't question him? Why not?
Where was he saying that you can't question him? He went out his way to make a live stream to address the situation. Now, why didn't you go to his live stream? If you were so concerned, why didn't you go to his live stream and ask to go into the live stream and speak to him? Why didn't you do that? Why don't you talk to him man to man, face to face in a live stream and address the situation?
No, either there was a police plot to take his life or there wasn't. And if the guy needs...
There isn't a police plot to take his life. What Mahyar Tousi means is the police are deliberately putting his life in danger by leaking information on the internet because the guy has a fatwa against him from the Iranians. That's what's putting his life in danger. Not the Metropolitan Police. They're like a proxy. They're just like, yeah, we'll just put the information out on the internet and we'll let the relevant people do the work for us, kind of thing. It's not like the Metropolitan Police are hiring hitmen or going to go round to his flat themselves and go and do him in. He doesn't mean that. He means that they're deliberately putting his life in danger by leaking information, similar to what they've done to Tommy Robinson when he's in a crowd of people and they're asking him for his name and address. That's why they're doing that for.
close protection, why didn't he go with him to Scotland? As I saw from the Discord chats, this guy was asked why he didn't go with him, and he replied that he deemed the situation safe. How did he get that information? Would it be by the police? Why the police? Why would he trust the police if the police are out?
So he's talking about a joke that Mahyar Tousi made about fleeing to Scotland from London. It was a joke. It was blatantly a joke. Everybody knew that it was a joke. And you took it seriously. You actually thought that he fled to Scotland because he feared for his life. Even though he said when he got to Scotland in a video that he was joking. Jesus Christ. You know what? You're either plain dumb or you're extremely fucking dumb.
To take the life of his employer. Like I said, so many questions here. He made a video, pleased to arrest Tousi. They didn't arrest him. Turns out they lost the paperwork. And then they doxed him, but they didn't because it was his old address, apparently. And they're
So just because it's his old address doesn't mean they didn't dox him, does it? He just got lucky. They still doxed him. They still released his information, didn't they? Private information, which they shouldn't have done. Wow. I can't believe they're hearing it.
He fled to Scotland. It was a play on words.
When he said he was fleeing to Scotland, it was a fucking joke. He even said so in his video when he got to Scotland. It was a joke. He was poking fun at the situation that he's in because his life is in danger in London. Jesus Christ.
I will stand by that. There were people who asked him if he was okay. They were concerned for him. They really were concerned for his welfare, well-being. You know, he said he fled. They automatically thought something happened to him or someone was after him after the...
And he clarified when he got to Scotland that it was a joke.
rigmarole about the police plot to take his life. So, you know, it didn't even address them, didn't even answer them. When he could have said, well, I'm off to Scotland to and that's it. Ah, dear me. So as you can imagine, you know, things aren't what they seem to be with him. I'll stand by that as well. And as an avid subscriber and viewer, you know, I admired what he did, but I feel let down. I really do.
How do you feel let down? He's answered all your questions. You just chose to ignore it, or you've not followed through on the information that he's given you. You could verify everything now. If you go off your arse, rang up the police officer in question. It's not hard to find out who it is. Another guy did it. There's a person in your comment section on your video, this video that I'm addressing now, saying that somebody else has verified this story, and yet you're still making videos about it.
I feel like he took the mick because, like I mentioned, he has admitted to making clickbait. Clickbait is lies.
Yeah, but if you look at his live stream, he says everybody uses clickbait, and they do. Everybody on YouTube uses clickbait. You use clickbait in some of your videos, but the difference is between lying in clickbait and outright lying it, where the clickbait title is completely different to what the content of the video is. That is the lying clickbait. There is other forms of clickbait as well that just exaggerate slightly to draw you in to the video, where the content is what the title says. There's a difference. And he states that in his live stream yesterday as well. There's a difference in lying in clickbait and just exaggerating clickbait.
And his Discord fan base now think clickbait is okay because he does it. And my first video about Tousi was my concern for him, not just him, but for me and YouTubers like me on the same side of the political spectrum. Because if the establishment are going to go for him,
right, well, I'm going to address some comments now. Move that. I'll address some comments now. We'll have a look at some comments. Let's have a look. Right, we'll start at the beginning. We'll have a look and we'll go down them and we'll address them all. But I don't understand why he's made this video past 49, because Mahyar Tousi has addressed all the accusations made against him. He's actually given evidence. You can go and watch his live stream. His live stream is on his channel. Just go and watch it. You can watch it all the way through. He gives out evidence. He says, right, this is the police officer you need to contact if you want to verify the story that I'm saying. And obviously these people haven't done that, so that's on them, not Mahyar Tousi, isn't it? Let's get rid of this. I'm going to remove this. So yeah, Cockmeister, we'll start with you. Good evening, and have I missed? But yeah, he's still going on about it. We covered that earlier, didn't we? A PAZ supported reporting in. Very interested. Nice to meet you. I'm okay, thanks. Hope you are too. By the way, the playback, yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. It's just I can't do anything about that. I'm on a shitty little laptop, so there's nothing I can do about playback and stuff like that. No worries. I'm sure subscribers understand that you're doing your best, yeah. Paz and Tousi are very different YouTubers. Yes, they are very different YouTubers. Mahyar Tousi is a news channel, whereas Paz is a opinion type channel. Doesn't really give out news. He just gives his opinion on topical subjects that are happening. Mahyar Tousi tries to report factual events that are going on in the world. Two very different YouTubers altogether. I'm concerned though, as if the right starts splintering, then we're truly effed. Yeah, exactly. But this is the issue. We have paranoid people within the movement that do this sort of thing, and this is where we end up. You know, I've got nothing against anybody questioning anybody. I'm not questioning their right to question Mahyar Tousi. All I'm saying is he's answered your questions. So why haven't you verified his story instead of keep making the videos accusing him of lying? He's giving you the ability to verify everything that he's saying, but you haven't done it. So, like, they're asking questions of him. I'm asking questions of them. Why haven't they verified his story? Why haven't they done what others have done? That's all I'm doing. Problem is with the Viking, I think. Yeah, but the comment he said wasn't exactly a physical threat or a direct threat or anything like that. It was just like, wait till I see him again. Like I said before, I've had friends say that to me. It's like, wait till I see you again, sort of thing. We need to have a chat about something you've said. Because I've said things online sometimes and people have come out of word and we've had a discussion. It happens. I won't call it a threat, really. He should have never got involved at all. 2C at Two Mates had address leaked, putting them in danger. Also, subscribed, pal, but pissed me right off over this. Yeah, exactly. It's something that we don't need, and I don't understand why they've carried it on for so long, especially when he's actually addressed what they've been asking him. Don't make any sense. I'm still just. Is it still just Paz and Gabby questioning him, or are other channels? Yeah, there's a few other channels. I think Clown World TV, he just came out and openly just called Mahyar Tousi a grifter. So that's why Mahyar Tousi addressed him about the situation, because he just basically said that without any evidence at all. And I guess Paz and the others have just followed suit. Would it be possible to play the part where Tousi said that? It makes a good comparison. I don't understand what that's about. Read some of the comments on this before. Unbelievably paid by Israel, and far worse. It was shocking, to be honest. Reckons he could roll with Viking. Good luck with that, pal. Yeah, I don't think if he's in close protection, then he's more or less had a military background. I would say probably, and I know a few of them because I've done close protection myself. in the past. I did 5 years out in Iraq, close protection. So I know these people. I've worked with these people, and they're not the sort of people you want to mess with. Trust me. And I'm not saying that as, trying to big them up or anything, because it wasn't a threat. That thing that he posted wasn't a threat. It was a wait till I see him again. That could mean anything. That could mean he's just going to have a word with him, isn't it? And if he's close protection, he's not going to jeopardize his profession or his badge or anything like that just to get into it with PAZ, is he? I think it's just going to be a chat, to be honest with you. Tousi just went live about market crash in Germany. Exactly, that's what he does. He does the news. He brings the news to people. He covers things that the mainstream media don't cover. That's what he's trying to do. Forgot, actually. Rev on rant slated Tousi as well. His mates with PAZ, so he can do one as well for me. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just this little cabal that have got a bee in the bonnet, and they've made themselves look like clowns, to be honest with you. They really have. Because they're carrying on. I don't understand why they're saying that he hasn't addressed any of their concerns. He has. He said in the live stream yesterday, look, when I get updated by the police, I will update you. He doesn't know anything yet because the police haven't even done an investigation. I mean, the segment where Tousi said he fled to Scotland, I never saw that, I'm afraid. If you have a look at his video where he's in Scotland, I think it's the first couple of minutes, he says he was joking because people were taking it seriously. So he kind of admitted it, yeah. So my take on the situation is, again, it's just a nothing burger situation. I don't understand why he made the video. He said he's not upset by what the Viking said, but then he makes a video about it with the comment on screen all the way through the video. So clearly it has affected him, hasn't it? If nothing affects you, then you don't care about it, do you? I noticed a bit of an issue here too. Thanks for discussing it reasonably. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why this video has been made, because I keep saying it. He's acting like none of his questions were answered in Mahyar Tousi's live stream yesterday. He did. He gave them the contact details for the investigating officer dealing with the case where they could verify it. All they got to do is ring him up and say, look, is this an ongoing case? And they'll either say yes or no. If it says yes, it's verified, isn't it? And then they can go about the merry way and carry on with the business. But if they do, then they have to make an apology video, because that will confirm that Mahyar Tousi was telling the truth. And that's why they don't want to do it, because they know if they go and confirm what he's saying is true, they've got to retract what they've said. And it's all unwell making these videos accusing people of things, but then if you're going to back out when you're proven wrong, then that says a lot about your character, doesn't it? It really does. I hate using the race card as I'm not a lefty, but is any of this because Tousi is Iranian heritage? I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is at all. I think that he had a few right-wing trolls, the real far right, who came into one of his live streams, I think it was a few weeks ago, who were accusing him of being an Israeli shill. So you get people like that, and that is definitely because he's Iranian. They think, he's a paid shill sort of thing. But I don't think any of the people that are making the videos at the minute are racist or anything like that. I think they're just blowing something out of all proportion, to be honest with you, to basically do what Mahyar Tousi said, to boost their own profile. I mean, all the videos they've made on this are all monetized. I mean, Andy Gabby Cabby, he had his shop app at the bottom of his video advertising his t-shirts. So it's obvious what they're doing. It doesn't take a genius to work it out that they're just, riding the coattails of Mahyar Tousi, riding a bit of drama, getting a bit of content for the channels. And I don't fault him for that. Mahyar Tousi doesn't fault him for that. But just be honest about it. No, PAZ isn't like that. Nice to meet you. I subscribe. Take care, mate. Yeah, you too, buddy. Yeah, thank you for that. Brilliant. I just say it how it is, how I see the situation. That's all I do. And trust me, if Mahyar Tousi had have been being a bit dodgy, I'd have been calling him out as well. But he answered all the questions. All you've got to do is watch the live streams. It's like, look, and then you've got to understand why he's not releasing certain information. Because if he is going to take the Met Police to court over harassment and leaking his details, if he releases that information prematurely on the internet and prejudices his own case, then, you know, what's the point? He probably has a real opportunity to deal the Metropolitan Police a decent blow in the courts. He's getting barristers together. He's getting a legal team together. And once the police have done their investigation, that's when he's going to strike, obviously. Andre Walker is friends with Tousi. He's made a couple of videos on this and has witnessed Tousi being followed before. And yeah, let's not forget, right? He also included in his live stream yesterday 2 other witnesses who were there at the time, who can verify his story. One being the Viking, who can verify his story, and the other being that I think it was the guy I can't remember his name. I can't pronounce his name either. It's the guy that always goes with the banners, and you know, the one that says Hamas a terrorist, the one that's always getting arrested. He was there too. He's faced similar harassment from the police, and because Mahyar Tousi is obviously, you know, he knows him, he's getting the similar now when he's going out. I don't understand. I don't get why they don't believe that he's being harassed by the Metropolitan Police. We know how biased they are. We know how two-tiered they are. So why is it so hard to believe that they would go after somebody that's negatively covering the pro-Hamas marchers? It's not a great leap, is it, to see why they would be harassing Mahyar Tousi? Is it really? Especially since he's an Iranian and he's got a fatwa on his head. I just don't get it. You know, it's obviously these people haven't done the research on him and don't understand the situation. They're just pulling it out their arse and just sticking it on the internet without any evidence whatsoever. And when Mahyar Tousi comes with evidence to prove what they're saying wrong and saying, look, you can verify my story through these sources, and then they don't do it and they make a video like this saying that he hasn't answered their questions, that makes me question them, not Mahyar Tousi. Because then I've got to ask the question, well, why aren't you verifying his story? He's giving you a way to do it. The only thing you're focusing on in this video is the fact that you think he called you egotistical smaller channels, and that you're grifting because you're riding on his coattails, which he is kind of right about, but then you're not verifying his story. Doesn't make any sense. I thought it would be reported a few weeks back that Tousi had employed private security for his safety. If I'm right, it makes even more incredible to me that PAZ and the likes say he's lying. Exactly. You don't have private security. Trust me, it costs you a fortune. I know what I was paid out in Iraq, and I know that the domestic close protection guys, they get paid a hell of a lot more money than we did. They really do. I think sometimes you can be looking at, if you're looking at top tier security, you can be looking at something up to $3,000 a day sometimes if you've got top tier security. So, yeah, if why would you hire security if it's not a real threat? It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I think we all know why, the real reason why they made these videos. It was to get a bit of content. I don't think they really expect it to blow up like this. I think that, you know, we'll make a few videos about him. You know, we'll insinuate that he's a grifter, because they didn't actually call him the only person that's actually called him a grifter is Clown World TV. He's the only one that's openly come out and called him a grifter. PAZ, Andy Gabby Cabby, and the other guy, they haven't called him a grifter. They just passively aggressively called him a grifter. I think Andy Gabby Cabby was the worst one, because he passively aggressively said in his video that that Mahyar had made up this story to pay for his wedding. And if you go and watch his video, you understand that's what he's trying to say in that video. Because why else would you bring it up? Say he brings it up in such a way like, you're getting married. Weddings are expensive, aren't they, Mahyar? Yes, they are. They're very expensive. You know what I mean? A passive-aggressive accusation like that, and you just read between the lines of what he's insinuating. And like I said, I don't understand why any of these people, especially Paz and Andy the Gabby Cabby, didn't just ask him at the farmers' protest, because they were all there. They could have took him to one side and said, right, what's the situation with these with this police case sort of thing? Done it in private. It just adds more weight to Mahyar's accusations that they've done this to ride on his coattails, to make videos, to make content about it, because they've got big enough platforms where they could have contacted Mahyar through Paz and reached out and said, look, can you answer a few of our questions? We've got a few concerns. They could have done it that way, but they didn't. They made videos. And why do you make videos if you've got monetization on your channel? To make money. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's say they insinuated, they called him a grifter and weddings are expensive, but so is private security. Exactly. I don't get it, but there you go. Anyway, I've covered all I'm going to say on this. I'm disappointed in them. I like Paz. I generally like Paz. I used to watch his content. But after this, I won't watch him anymore. And it's not because of what he said. It's the way he's gone about things. And it's the way the others have gone about things as well. This could have been handled a hell of a lot better than it was, than getting into a YouTube flame war or trying to. Because Mahyar's handled this like a gentleman, classy, like a gentleman. He's not a gentleman personally. He's not gone after them personally or anything like that. He's just given them a way to verify his story, and they haven't done it. And so everybody that is involved in this needs to ask these people now. They need to turn their attention to Paz and the rest of them, saying, why aren't you verifying this story? He's given you a way to do it. Why haven't you done it? All attention needs to be on them now, onto why they haven't followed up on the sources that Mahyar has given them to verify his story. Anyway, this is me signing off. I shall catch you all later in another live stream, maybe tomorrow or next week sometime if something happens or something comes up about this situation. But yeah, thanks for all watching. Thanks for joining me, and I shall see you soon. This is Vindicator signing off.